Okay, it's good. I guess we're on. Hi, guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, a one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host, Martin, and this is episode 36. Poloniex to upgrade XRP wallets. Binance futures platforms unusable. And is risk keeping women away from crypto? Let's talk about all this, right? Now, if you are catching this stream live, welcome. And if you are catching the replay and have any suggestions, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you're thinking. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe. You hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. We go live every day at 9 p.m., guys. So if you haven't done it yet and you're watching us, hit that like and that bell, right? Now, if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link's in the description below. Hey, David, what's up, bro? Yeah, XRP to the moon, man. Right now, although right now it looks like we're doing an inverse moon, right? We're actually crashing with everyone in the market. But yeah, I do believe that XRP has that potential for sure. Now, on to the news. Samsung has built a, yeah, not great, I know. When XRP mooning, yeah, I'm not sure, man. Right now, let's hope we don't keep XRP crashing, right? We are a very critical supports right now for XRP, and we'll talk about that once we get to that segment. Actually, I fear for XRP because if we end up crashing below those supports, we're probably going to hit below 20 cents and probably at 14 cents, right? And we kind of covered that the other day on the stream. Anyways, Samsung has built blockchain version of Galaxy Note 10 smartphone, which will allow customers to store cryptocurrency like Bitcoin on their phones, basically. The Clayton phone will feature the same hardware and will cost the same price as other Galaxy Note 10. So basically, it's just the same phone, but the underlying software will support blockchain apps and cryptocurrency wallet, basically. It has been developed alongside Kakao, which happens to be a messaging app. I don't know that messaging app. It might be big in Korea, which they basically build a network called Clayton that supports cryptocurrency transactions. Now, the Clayton phone will only be available at Korea right now, and we'll have to see how it goes from there, right? Anyways, that's the main news I have for the market. There weren't that many news for the market. Some for the coins, but we're gonna jump into market cap real quick. So let's look at market cap on the daily. Market cap yesterday, we took a nasty dive, right? Something happened, and we actually posted it on the Discord. If you guys are there, you'll know what we're talking about. So on the daily, went down yesterday, minus 2.32%. Right now, going up a little bit, 0.43. Now, the day just closed 2 hours ago, so keep that in mind. Dominance of Bitcoin yesterday decreased a little bit, maybe from that dump that we took, but it wasn't that bad. You know, we just went down basically to what the opening was of the previous day, and that's fine. We dropped 0.14%. Right now, we are going up 0.15%, right? So dominance of Bitcoin is still high at 73.30, meaning that whatever Bitcoin does, the rest will follow, right? And if we take into account that one article we covered the other day, then the price of Bitcoin will certainly increase, right? Now we have 8 people watching. Awesome. Guys, if you are watching, let us know what you think, right? We are here, and we want to see your questions, right? It makes it a lot more fun when you guys are interacting with us through the chat. Now, okay, let's get into the Bitcoin news, and then we're going to get into the Bitcoin chart, right? So, Miss Finland has come out and said that basically the risk of Bitcoin is keeping women at bay from, like, the crypto market, right? In a Twitter discussion yesterday, Miss Finland 2015, Rosa Maria Ritti, argued that Bitcoin's risk factor made it appealing to men. She was responding to a query by a Cointelegraph contributor, Philp, who basically asked the followers why the Bitcoin community was overwhelmingly male, right? And like women, she basically said that women are more risk conscious in general and often go for a slow and steady investment strategy. And then she basically stated that the current general perception of Bitcoin in the mainstream media makes it even less probable for average women and men to get involved, right? So she's pointing to stability, or basically volatility, the reason why people are not getting involved with crypto, right? Anyways, cheers, guys. It's Friday. It's legal and legit to drink right now. So, this other article that I have for Bitcoin is speculative in nature, right? So, we'll basically just go over it, right? Did backed warehouse custody tank the Bitcoin price? It didn't. We know that because we have technicals that actually show that. But however, apparently someone wants to pin it on a fundamental, and it is a BS fundamental to try to pin it in. Basically, they saying that shortly after the announcement, right? The Moon Overlord stated that the news. Look at what happened when backed, had launched, right? So look what backed just did to Bitcoin, and then it basically stating the crash, right? But the price dropped $400 right now, and when Bitcoin, when backed announced that they were gonna start operations on September 23rd, etc., the price of Bitcoin shot up to $300. Now, I doubt that the fact that Bitcoin is that backed had launched the warehousing already had an influence on the price, right? I think that's just pure speculation, and we can look at that in the chart, right? Well, this is the main chart for Bitcoin that we look at, right? So we are within a downtrend. That's fine. We are staying above that 75 percentile and 100% of that downsloping channel, which is fine. What happened, right? We went down, we hit support at that 75% and that 20 MA, and we bounced off it, right? We rejected them towards a little bit higher prices, but basically stopped or dropped. Also, what happened is in the 1 hour, we basically went slightly into oversold territory, and then we saw it bounce back up. Now, what is going on with Ripple, right? This is the other chart that we look at, right? So we just basically broke out of that upsloping more major trend line, right? The downsloping channel so signified the downtrend line that we have open right now. We have this area of support down here, which is around the 9,200 to 9,500-ish area. And what we're seeing is that we're sitting above that 20 MA still, right? Making less positive momentum and sitting around 50 on the RSI, which puts us as neutral, right? We could go either way still. We had downsloping impulse. We have to consolidate, and that's what we're doing right now. Let's look at the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, right? Sitting below that 20 MA, we had initially, and I'm going to remove this real quick. Yesterday we were debating whether or not we should trace it as a flag to the upside, right? Like an upsloping channel or a upsloping wedge, or maybe a downsloping triangle, right? A symmetrical triangle. Because of the market, we had a lot of indecision going on. We decided to go with a symmetrical triangle because we didn't even know where it was going to break. Anyways, what happened, right? Well, overnight, we ended up basically by the morning, which was the 7 to 10 candle, let's call it, or 7 to 11. We ended up making bearish divergence, right? So from here to here, and basically from here to here as well. So it would be this one here, from here to here. And we also had it on the RSI, but mainly on the RSI on the larger time scale. And we also had it on the MACD lines, right? It's not a big dump. I mean, it's like 400 point movement. It's a 4%. I mean, Bitcoin does see larger ones. Look at this one over here, right? This one was 5.54%. This one over here was also like 5 or 4.54, right? So it's common to see those large dumps. Look at this one over here, 3.8, right? Look at this one over here, like 5. It's normal to see them, right? It's we shouldn't be scared. Now, what we should be considering is what type of consolidation we're making, because that's basically going to determine where we're going to go. So we have the support here. That's fine. We have volatility open on the Bollinger Bands, which is also fine. I mean, we run the Bollinger Bands, right? We were sitting outside of the Bollinger Bands. We dropped all the way down even to below the Bollinger Bands, and then we basically bounced back into them. Right now, on the 4 hours, we are not making anything discernible because we just had this large impulse. We have to consolidate, and then we'll be able to trace something. But in the 1 hour, we can already start tracing stuff, right? This will be the 1 hour, right? That long impulse down, sitting below at 20 MA. Volatility really open on the Bollinger Bands. Starting to make less negative momentum, which we might get another crossover of the MACD line over the signal line, which could potentially give us more impulse to the upside. We went over here and we were sitting at 29, which would put us at oversold. We actually went slightly into oversold here again, and then we started to impulse up, right? We have to reset these oscillators. We're sitting too low on the 1 hour. we could still dump again, and it wouldn't be something that it's unheard of, right? Like, look, this large impulse down went into oversold. We still consolidated, down sloping consolidation, which usually would have meant price action to the upside, but we didn't. We still dumped a little bit more, and then we actually started to consolidate, right? Slowly, and then we had those small bursts. So something like this could repeat itself again, but right now, I mean, it would seem like we are making more of a... We have two things we can do, right? We can ignore the wedge, or we can use it. If we use it, we'll make a pennant, which would again mean potential price action to the downside, right? It would be here, but it's too small of a pattern on the 1 hour. And this one would be a little bit better, right? And it would be like a downsloping channel or a slightly broadening wedge, which this would signal exhaustion on that impulse down. Sellers would get tired because we will be hitting. If we make another impulse down, we would be making maybe some sort of a bullish divergence that could potentially see us have price action to the upside. And I'm banking more on this flagging, because this is a bullish flag. This basically would be a bullish pattern. Flagging to the downside after an upsloping consolidation, or after an up impulse or a down impulse. Any kind of consolidation to the downside would be a bullish consolidation. Upside would create exhaustion and would potentially see us to price action to the downside again. However, that happened here, and we just completely ignored it, right? We were basically flagging to the upside, and we just broke down again. And right now the market, we could dump a little bit more and it will be fine. We are not sitting at oversold territory, but just keep it in mind, potential move to the upside or downside right now. If we go to the downside, we would certainly likely break this support, and next price we could see would be around 9,700, because there's nothing holding us in between. Right now we could stagnate a little bit and just move sideways, and that would be completely fine. We would just need to readjust our anchor points, right? But right now the pattern is too small. We just had that impulse at midday, so not even 12 hours of consolidation, and the 1 hour is not as reliable, right? And here's that wick we had at 7, and we kept some more consolidation to the upside, or sideways if you wanted to call it, a small pennant. But we were tired on the oscillators, right? We were really tired on the 4 hours. That's what we broke to the downside. Not much we could do there. Anyways, on to Ethereum. We have price of Bitcoin, right? 10,352. 8 people watching. Awesome. Hey, hi, new watcher. If you're watching and you want to say something, feel free, right? You can chat. It's a live stream, so we're getting to comments, right? We really like to get comments going. Anyways, let's see what else. We're gonna move into Ethereum. Yesterday we had on the daily. We just keep on losing dominance on all the alts, right? It's just a sad story, man. Look at this. We haven't been able to make any proper dominance. Now sitting at 720 against holding 7.2% of the market. If we consider that Bitcoin holds 73, then that already puts us at 80% of the market. Ripple's holding another 4. That puts us at 84. And then the other small coins that we do will give us another like 3 or 4% more that we could add, right? So in total, we were analyzing the majority of the market with the coins that we look at. Anyways, downsloping. Yesterday, we lost 0.31%. Right now, we're losing 0.29%. Ethereum's not really doing much. I mean, it's a sad story, right? Look at what Bitcoin did, right? Look, that impulse on the daily, right? We had that impulse up. Nice impulse up, breaking us above those levels that we had prior, and then we're starting to break down right now. With Ethereum, this was our impulse up. We didn't even make it to the prior levels, right? And we're already dumping to the lows that we already had prior to that impulse. Bitcoin didn't even do that. Bitcoin's still sitting above those lows, right? And that's because Bitcoin is dominating the market, and probably a lot of the money is flowing towards Bitcoin, and that is fine. We have still just kept on bouncing outside of this line that once was resistance and now is support. How I feel on alts, I think alt season is around the corner. Yeah, bro, look, there's a lot of things that could signal that alt season is around the corner, but Bitcoin dominating so much and of the market, it's just dragging everyone with it, right? Look at this. Look, we had this bullish divergence, right? We had a low on price, a lower low on price, and another low on price. And look at what we did, right? From here to here, and then from here to here, which would have been this low, right? And this would be bullish signals of price action to the upside. And look at the small pop we had. That was just it, right? Not even as high as Bitcoin. And we are really primed to make price action to the upside. However, we are not making it. We even had it on the RSI, and we had it also on the MACD line. Right, the MACD line being the blue line, right? The red line would be our signal line. When we get crosses is basically when momentum neutralizes and we get spikes in price action, either upside or downside, right, on the shifts of momentum. But alt season, although I do want alt season to be around the corner, and I do believe it's around the corner because there's just so much low that we can go, Bitcoin just keeps gaining dominance every day, and right now there is no sign of stagnation on that dominance. Look, if we were to analyze dominance as a coin, we would just be getting into oversold territory, potential price action to the upside, making the same thing that's going on with the coin, right? Look, high, low, lower, low, and then a lower low, right? And we'll be making that divergence here and here. But we're not seeing this play out to our advantage and see that explosion in price action, taking back some of that market from Bitcoin. And right now, I think that money is flowing into Bitcoin because backed and what it's going to impact on the market, right? Once the futures launch on the on backed platform and on the ICE, we will certainly see a bigger move on Bitcoin, right? Likely. And a lot of people are probably banking on that, and that's why they've been getting into Bitcoin. But it's one of those, like, it's been pumping because people are getting into it because they're basically hoping that it's gonna pump when back launches, right? And it could be one of those, like, buy the rumors, sell the news things that as soon as back launches, we might get another dump on Bitcoin, people cashing out as soon as it starts to go up, and basically bring the price down. No, it could happen. I'm not saying it will, but it's certainly a possibility. And look, we have potential on the alts on everything and all the indicators, right? From here to here, and then from here to here as well, right? But we are failing to make that, and from here to here. Right? And we are failing to make that, this divergence play out, right? And this is bullish. This is like strong bullish divergence, right? It's like class A, type 1, whichever you want to call it. And we have it on all the oscillators, except on this part on the RSI. But that's fine. We do have it here, we have it here, and we have it here. And it has not played out to our advantage. That is something that is really bad. This would be for market cap, right? Now, we don't analyze market cap because it's not really a coin, and it's just a flow of money. Money could go from Ethereum to Bitcoin, or from Ethereum to a Tether pair, or just from Ethereum into a fiat pair. People cashing out, right? That's why Bitcoin doesn't have to be getting dominance because the coin is losing dominance. The coin loses dominance because people take out the money out of the coin. Where it goes, we don't know. But certainly if you take money out of Ethereum, then by default, whatever Bitcoin already has is going to be more of that market because money is flowing out of Ethereum, right? Anyway, so non-user Ethereum, we're going to look at the chart. Sitting below 20 MA, bouncing along that resistance, starting to make that positive momentum starting to die out, stagnating actually. Sitting low on the RSI with a lot of potential to run to the upside, but not running, right? At 34.80. Now on the 4-hour. See, we had that impulse down, just same as Bitcoin. Kept on going down. Right now, we're just not making anything on this 4-hour, right? We're just sitting at 0. Or plus 0.02, which is basically almost nothing. Negative momentum started to pick up again. However, again, here this momentum is minus 0.69, and this one would be minus 8.4. This is still lower than this. So if we were to go from here to here, well, it would be this candle, right? And then from here to here, and we can even go here, right? It doesn't matter. It's still the same. We would be, again, making bullish divergence right now. This still has to mature or at least stagnate a little bit till we can get, really call it bullish divergence. This could still go down more because we're just making this candle. And then we would go here and then it would negate it, right? It wouldn't be. But right now for this 1 hour or 2 hours that we've been burning this candle, 2 hours and a half, we would be making that bullish divergence, which could potentially mean price action to the upside. It has not developed yet. It actually will be this candle, right? It has not developed yet. We still need to see what's going to happen. We could still get more price action to the downside, and we will also have it here on the. No, we don't have it here. We're sitting lower, and we would also have it on the signal line, right? The signal line being here to here. Not playing out though right now. We have to wait for it. Now let's go to the 1 hour. Sitting below at 20 MA, right? This line here in the middle. Volatility open on the Bollinger Bands. That means we could run all the way to the upside. Negative momentum starting to decrease, and that's good because that means we're gonna make some potential positive momentum. Flagging to the downside, same as Bitcoin. However, this looks more like a curve, which could potentially be a shift in momentum, right? And it's probably what we're seeing. That curve, let me see, it's here. Oh, snap, where's the curve here? With something like this, right? Or we can go here actually. So this is what we'll be doing, right? Likely right now, at least from what we're seeing, right? With some of the touch points going up. Still, we need to, for this to keep on developing. We might get a slight peak to the upside, creating a sort of bull trap and then another drop, right? And that wouldn't be bad. We are seeing low on the other side though, so a lot of potential move to the upside. That'll be it for Ethereum. Something I wanted to show on Bitcoin, I kind of skipped. If we go on the daily, look guys, we still have this much larger structure, right? This yellow line right on the top and this green line here on the bottom. We are within this larger triangle pattern. It wouldn't be anything bad if we actually we can even break below this and go and touch someplace around here, that 9,300 level. And we said we could break down to 9,500 at least yesterday, or 10,200 to along that area, right? 10,200 to 9,500. And it wouldn't be unheard of, right? But we could actually run all the way down here, touch this support again, and then bounce off it, and then actually break this structure. If we bounce down, we could break it to the downside, right? If we bounce up and then break it to the upside, then measure move upside or downside would put us at a certain place. I had this here for some reason. Anyways, on to the Ripple news. So what is going on with Ripple? 2 days ago, we covered an article, right, about Elliptic raising 23 million in a series of in a Series B funding round, basically led by SBI Holdings, which are the owners of not owners, but they're associated with Ripple, right, in some projects in Asia. Now, we did not know at the time, but apparently it now has been made known that another one of the participants on that backing was Santander, right? Which they're also associated with Ripple in a couple of projects, right? Now, Elliptic has said that it will be using the funding to drive blockchain adoption in Asia. We already covered that. We said Singapore, but apparently they're also going to open offices in Japan. Now, Dr. James Smith, the CEO and co-founder of Elliptic, states that having the likes of SBI Holdings and Santander Innoventures on board is critical as we increasingly work with mainstream financial service business. Their expertise and guidance will be invaluable as we continue to expand our offerings and meet the needs of the financial institutions. The involvement of SBI Holdings and Santander Innoventures also provides further endorsement of our industry-leading compliance solutions, which are already used in financial institutions and crypto asset business all over the world. Now, why are we covering this if they don't really talk about Ripple, right? Because there's two companies that are using Ripple's products that are backing this project, right? And this project, like we said, they do a lot of like anti-theft, money laundering, people trade, all these things, right? So they're like they keeping the environment secure, right? And having these companies that work with Ripple, working with them, will probably make the use of the Ripple product that they have be a little bit better, right? Or more secure. Now, in other news, if you guys are using Poloniex, right? They basically announced yesterday on Twitter that they're going to upgrade the XRP wallets, which will result in withdrawals and deposits being suspended for several hours. So basically, Monday, you might have problems moving your funds off Poloniex, so just keep it in mind. Basically, they will upgrade their XRP wallets to enhance the user experience. Once the upgrade is implemented, the base reserve deposit required of 20 XRP to create a new address will no longer be needed, meaning that those 20 XRPs that you had to keep on the wallet at all times, you will be free to move them around, basically. Now, in addition, deposit confirmations have been reduced from 12 to 2. right? So you need less confirmations, which would also reduce the time uh, that it would take to confirm the deposits from 20 minutes to 15 seconds, right? And that's pretty good for Ripple, right? Because then in Poloniex, when you deposit, you're gonna be able to use your funds quicker, and you're gonna be able to start exchanging quicker as well. Now let's look at Ripple. What's Ripple doing, right? Dominance on the daily. Yesterday we had a green day, nice, right? Ethereum lost, so Ripple won something, some dominance, right? 0.46% up. Right now it's just losing whatever it wants, so losing 0.68. We can see that we are at that same low as when we had that opening, right? We can even zoom in a little bit more, maybe a little bit lower, right? But right there. Anyways, what's going on with Ripple, right? Even though Ripple lost money or lost value, it still gained dominance, right? Like I said, if people take money out of another coin and not out of Ripple, it would make its dominance go up, even though the price is unaffected because the money is not flowing into Ripple, right? Anyways, still within this major downsloping channel, and I'm pretty sure we can trace something like this for Ethereum as well. So, what is going on with this? Let's see, on the daily, right? 0.001, 0.00144, 140, 130, right? I wouldn't call it it could be, right? Like a sort of divergence going on here, bearish from here to here, and then from here to here. It would be like hidden bearish divergence here, and then here it would just be like type C bearish divergence, right? Because they're actually about the same height. Which price action to the downside, that's what we're probably seeing this price action right now happen. Just do keep that in mind. I'm going to try to clear the charts. I have a lot of stuff going on some of them, and it just makes them messy, right? Look, we had that bearish bullish divergence here on the 4-hour likely, and it didn't play out to better prices, right? We're not seeing that here, right? Anyways, onto the 4-hour. Let's see what's going on. Sitting below at 20 MA, volatility open on the Bollinger Bands, starting to make negative momentum again. Not signs of stagnation yet, and sitting low on the RSI at 35.14. We had this downsloping wedge retrace. We broke out of it, but like again, Bitcoin crashed and it brought down everyone with them. That's why we have these red candles all over the board. We are just starting to consolidate, so we cannot trace anything. We just have 2 candles to go with, and again, we have these long wicks that we could either ignore or account for. So we're not gonna do anything here. It's a lower low with more with higher levels of negative momentum, so we are basically going with the market. Same here, right? It would be this low and then this low we would be going with the market. So nothing to do in the 4 hours, no pattern to be traced yet, at least not in this shorter structure, right? Let's go on to the 1 hour and see what's going on. Sitting below 20 MA, volatility really open on the Bollinger Bands. We could potentially make a large run to the upside, right? Just potentially. Sitting low on the RSI at 34, with a lot of room to run to the upside, and it's starting to make less negative momentum, which could again, we can get that cross of the MACD over the signal line, and then we can see price action to the upside. What else is going on here? Let's see. Man, look, we have all these long wicks, dude. All this indecision, right? Like spinning tops. Here, right? At least 3. And it just, like, we can... It makes it just so much harder to, like, chart, right? And do we take this into consideration? Do we go here? I mean, here I would certainly get better touch points, at least 2. On the top, I wouldn't. And then from here, I would have to go something like... Would we want to touch that, or would we want to go here, right, and make kind of like an upsloping triangle of sorts? But you know, right now we have 2 little candles to actually chart something. We are not showing anything. We just had that long impulse down, making less negative momentum. We don't have any divergence to show here. We had some divergence here as well, right? Like from here to here, and then from here to here. It would be some sort of slant divergence. On the MACD histogram, not on the RSI, not on the on the line of the MACD. But you know, like again, if Bitcoin decides to dump again, it doesn't matter how many bullish signals we're getting, we're just gonna go down with them, because Bitcoin is 73% of the market and Ripple is just 4% of the market, right? So, I mean, it just makes it. It sounds repetitive for all the altcoins, right? But that's because they're all following the same tune that Bitcoin has, because they hold so little of the market, right? They don't stand a chance against Goliath, right? So we do need a sort of David and Goliath moment where one of these alts just decides to explode and go to the upside and really not care about what Bitcoin is doing. But again, maybe we might get something going on with Ripple soon, because the swell event will be on October the 2nd or something along those lines. But we might start getting some hype and some speculation going on as to what's going to happen, what they're going to announce, and that might help to drive the price to the upside, right? Last year, if we remember, the Ripple event, it was around September 16th, right? Look what happened. This was swell, or yeah, 16, 17, or somewhere around these days, right? We had this nice impulse up, and I think Ripple event was here on the 22nd or the 23rd, right? Because a lot of speculation made this price go up like crazy, man. And I remember that. We might not see that high of prices because of how, the way the market's been right now, but we could certainly see a pop, right? And like I said on Ripple, right? We are. Look, after this line, at 27 cents, which we are below, there's really not much support, right? Mostly everything else is here on this yellow line. Look, we can go all the way back, right? And zoom in, and there's very little support around this area, right? We could also, not that one. We have support here and here a little bit, and then maybe back here some more. But look, since 2000, and actually we do have it here, I guess. So since December 2017, right, that used to be resistance prior to that. And if we break below that, we will definitely have to go into this other channel, because there's nothing else that can hold us floating around this area, right? Sorry about this chart. Make the chart smaller and move quicker. I want to do that. So if we drop from here, definitely we could certainly see hitting us 20 cents or 21 cents, and then all the way down to like 13 cents, right? That could be where we could go, certainly. I mean, I wish I had better news for Ripple, but right now there's not much going on with it. Now, we don't have any news for Ethereum, so we're just going to jump into the chart. Not Ethereum, Litecoin. Litecoin has been really light on news lately. No pun intended, but they just haven't been doing much after all that bad press they got, right? Anyways, yesterday, positive day again. Doesn't mean they have money flowing in. It just could be that someone else lost more market cap. Gaining 1.86 right now, losing 0.29. Ethereum is also one of those coins that is primed, right? We had bullish divergence. Up until this little island here, we had bullish divergence, and all we managed to do was get the small pop to the upside. What we could see happening again, maybe make negative momentum again, slightly, even less than this, almost nothing. And that would make, again, bullish divergence, and that would be 1, 2, 3, triple bullish divergence. Right, on the price here, we had bullish divergence on the RSI. Nothing happened. It didn't play out. We actually have the line here, right? This line. Still within that down sloping channel, sitting below 20 MA. Volatility open on the Bollinger Band. Starting to make positive momentum again. And sitting low on the RSI at 34, right? Lots of room to run to the upside, but we're not really seeing it. We're like handcuffed by Bitcoin. Anyways, on Litecoin, still within that downsloping wedge we have not been able to break out of, making negative momentum again. No signs of stagnation. Sitting around a 41 on the RSI. Again, sold but not oversold, right? We're still sold, but in the neutral zone, sorry. This will be sold in the mid zone, and then below that would be oversold, right? Are we making? Yes, we are. Right now, we will also be making some sort of bullish divergence, right, from here to here, and from here to here, right? That would be Class A or Type 1 bullish divergence, which could see us price action to the upside. Like I said, we might go up a little bit more, then break down again. You know, it's really hard to tell what's going to happen because we haven't developed yet a pattern after that impulse down, right? Let's go look at the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, right? In the 1 hour, we don't have that bullish divergence that we're seeing on the 4 hour. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. We would be seeing it on the RSI, however, right? So it would be, 1 second. It would be from here to here, basically, right? So we would have bullish divergence on the RSI and on the MACD line, not the histogram, right? That's what we also started looking at the line. So we'll be going somewhere here, right? So we would have that bullish divergence. Hopefully it would play out to price action to the upside. How strong of a swing? Everything that has played to the upside has been really weak lately. So right now, if we don't break this downsloping wedge, I wouldn't put much weight on this. That move, it's also not going to be very strong, right? We're sitting at $65 right now. And the move could see us at $67, so we just gained $2, right? It's not very much. Depending on what exchange you're on and what fees you get charged, you might not even cover the trading fees. What else is going on? Let's see. Well, that would be it for the 1 hour on Litecoin. Now, on to Binance. So apparently Binance is having problems with the launch of their what do we call this? Wait, did I screw it up here? Yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out something here. I think I screwed up something here on the. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay, so tweets from a guy named Double Jump said that both of the options platforms that they came out with basically have features lacking, right? And which should be essential for the ease of use of the platform. Now, Platform A came from Binance's own development team, and Platform B came from the exchange JEX, which Binance bought basically. And Platform A apparently is unusable because of its contract size granularity, but does have a nice interface and decent specifications. And Platform B is not documented and, well, has an unwildly leveraged system, right? Now, these are the tweets that the guy made, right? Running testnet for 2 proposed exchanges. Platform B was developed, by recently acquired JEX, etc. We'll recover that. And then I don't really like either platform at the moment. Platform A is unusable, right? Here's a tweet that we covered. Basically, up here he states some of the more things in detail, right? Platform B allows up to 100 times leverage. There's a setting to set leverage in the trading interface. Changing leverage after a position is created changes the liquidation price. So it looks like it's isolated margin, perhaps contract types. Hard to say without the documents. There are some things that apparently should be made clear, and it's kind of nice that someone is coming out and putting up all this online, what's wrong with the platform, etc., so that Binance can certainly change it and have a really good futures trading platform, right? That would be nice. Anyways, in other news, and this will just be regarding Binance will launch their what do we call this? Binance US marketplace in the next couple of weeks. We already covered that. They are not saying basically a time or a date for this to happen. They're just saying that they're going to launch it sometime in the future, but the next coming weeks. However, they are promising a fast, compliant, and secure digital asset marketplace, right, for traders in the US. Now, the new platform will also adhere to the US regulations on digital assets, and they will be all the users will be required to comply with the KYC and provide their social security numbers in order to trade, right? Not all Americans will be able to participate, right? It's finalizing right now the list of states that are going to be able to participate on this. And that's the to be traded have not yet been disclosed, right? We had a list of 30, and we have it here. Apparently, these 30 coins. I'll make this a little bit smaller real quick. These 30 coins will be the ones that could be traded, but it's unknown yet if there will be the ones that are final. They're the ones that posted at the beginning. Has not been determined, right? And we also have this other one. It's a little bit touch base with what we covered yesterday regarding charity, Binance charity at least. And they received 1,200 donations. They have been passed over to 80,000 end beneficiaries in Uganda. They have a couple of projects to go with, right? Like they have listed here: Binance Children, ALS, Rebuild Notre Dame, Pink Hair Token, etc. However, one of the projects is giving back to schools, right? Binance Children project, and they basically support launch school supplies, stationery, solar panels, etc. to 100 schools in Uganda. They also track children's assistance to the school, and they're saying that since the project started, 439 students have returned to school to continue studying. That's pretty cool. Educating the people that have no access to those to education in poor countries. And now the other project they have, the Pink Care Token. Basically, 46 institutions are being part of it, and they're basically helping young girls get like sanitary towels when they're on their period. So 1,400 girls have been getting that benefit. However, the other problems that we have that we were discussing in yesterday's stream was how transparent are they? How much of each dollar that you give actually makes it to the end? They are saying that 100% of what you give makes it to the end, right? And that's pretty good. That means no money gets lost. If you give $1, the end receiver will get $1. There's no operating expenses that they have to go through, right? The only thing I believe they would be exposed to would be the exchange rate, right? If you bought if you donated 10 Binance at $10 and then it was worth 40 when you gave it to them, yeah, they're gonna get a lot more money. But if it drops down to 5, your $1 or every dollar that you gave is not worth 50 cents. That's the only thing that they would be exposed to, right? I'm not sure how quickly they're distributing the funds. However, they are saying that it makes it much more traceable, right? And you can see where the funds are being destined to. Anyways, guys, we had to cover Binance. Sorry, I was gonna call it quits already. Yeah, it's Friday. It's been a long day. Anyways, yesterday Binance on the daily. Let's see what's going on. Yesterday we had a red day, right? Lost a little bit market cap, 0.48%. Right now, gaining market cap, 0.33. We didn't say the price of Litecoin. Maybe it's sitting at $65.06. Binance sitting at $22.17. What's going on? Not much. We have faced some resistance around this midline. Still on that down sloping channel. Staying out. Oh wait, no, this was a bullish divergence that we traced. That also didn't play out, right? Alt season should start. We have divergences that say it should start, but we're not really seeing it, man, and that's not good. Anyways, we are getting a cross on the MACD over the signal line, which could potentially see us to price action to the upside. However, things that could happen, right? We could run up, touch that 20 MA and bounce back. We could run up, touch that upper part of the channel and run back down, or we could actually break that channel and then see a much bigger move to the upside, right? Less negative momentum, as we said, it's starting to decrease right now, making very little negative momentum. Sitting low on the RSI at 37, which could again give us nice room to run to the upside, right? Let's see the 4-hour. 4-hour sitting at or a little bit above the 20 MA, which is fine. A lot of indecision going on, right? We have a lot of large wicks, small bodies, candles. Again, we had that bearish divergence develop, right? Here will be a little bit more steep. It will be like this. And we didn't have it on the... we kind of did. I mean, it would be just basically a straight line. And yeah, that would be a type of bearish divergence. It would be like Class C. It would be weak. Price action to the downside. We did get it here. Here we did make another high, right? And also we don't have another island separation, but we should look at the 1 hour and see what's going on. Sitting, the 20 MA negative momentum, sitting almost neutral on the RSI. Let's look at the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we had that impulse down, same as everyone else in the market. Binance is not exempt. Sitting below 20 MA, below the mid part of the channel. negative momentum starting to decrease as well. Sitting around 46 on the other side, which is on the neutral zone. Is nothing too bad going on. Let's see what happened here. Well, here we certainly didn't make that. We just followed the market because here we didn't make that bearish divergence on the top, right? This is lower than this. That's fine. Even the body is lower than this, and that's fine. And we're going with the market, but we just basically followed everyone else and just dumped, right? Well, not dumped. We just crashed a little bit. Dumping would be much harder if someone dumped on Bitcoin, right? Or any coin. Let's look here. Even on the USD, yeah, even in the USD tether pair, we don't see that happening, right? So basically, Binance just followed everyone else. Nothing. They didn't have anything else to do, and they said like, we could run to the upside, but you know, we want to follow the market, and we're just going to crash with everyone else. True story. Anyways, guys, yeah, we're not even making bullish divergence, right? Low, lower, low, low, lower, low, low, lower, low, low, lower, low. So we're just going with the market. Nothing else going on. If you guys have any questions, please feel free. Otherwise, we might just end the stream, and it will be an early stream for Saturday or for Friday. Sorry, 9:47, 47 minutes. That's pretty good. We covered a lot. On Bitcoin, I wanted to show you guys something on Bitcoin. Look, we run the whole RSI band, right? From overbought all the way to oversold in a matter of like 2 hours, right? This will be 1 hour, 2 hours. I mean, damn, that was a big drop. I mean, in the 1 hour, it looks really big, but it wasn't that big. If we look at it in the daily chart, right? I mean, look at this. It's nothing compared to this and this, right? This was a 7% drop. You know, this was like a 13% drop. Seeing a 4% drop, or yeah, this was 2.1% drop. Is nothing scary, man. It just looks big because we run a little bit to the upside today, and then we actually crash from a larger price to a lower price. But the actual body of the candle isn't that big, right? So we have two users that I know some of the users that are watching that I know who they are for sure, but I have users that I don't know and they're not chatting, and it's cool, man. You can chat or not chat. Don't really matter that much. I'm just wondering who they are though. Anyways, if that's it, guys, if there's no more questions, if there's no nothing else, we're gonna call it quits for today. So feel free to come with questions. Bitcoin will rise to the moon. Thanks for the info. Yeah, no word, David. I do believe that we might see a price action to the upside as the release of Backed comes in, or at least we might get more volatility going on. Some people might want the price to go down so they can get in at better price for futures, and then some people might want to get price action to go up so they can dump when the platform launches, right? So we might get a lot of fighting going on, and that will be a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, if no more questions, that will be all for today. Thank you for watching. Give us a thumbs up. That's really good for the YouTube algorithm. It helps us rank better and everything. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe. You know, we do this every day. We do it for you guys. You guys keep coming back. We will keep showing up. And yeah, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. That'll be all for today. Happy Friday, guys. Go out for a drink. Go out for like whatever. Play some games. Stay up late. Tomorrow, no working, right? For a lot of us, there's no work tomorrow. So have a lot of fun. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching.